You remember this show called Paw Patrol? It was actually one of my favorite Nick Jr. shows besides Yo Gabba Gabba, Wow Wow Wubsy, and Bubble Guppies. But Nickelodeon kept a dark secret from the show in the public until now. I discover it. So basically, I was at my home going doing some grocery. I was doing the grocery stores, but until I found a dirty old DVD, which is actually a picture. I see one of the Paw Patrol pups, which is Chase. So, so that was basically an old pilot of the Paw Patrol show I never seen before. So I took it back, took it in my home, and put it on my DVD player. So the the video started with the Paw Patrol pups, which includes Chase, Marshall, Rocky, Zuma, Rubble, Sky, and Everest. But some of the designs didn't look similar to the design I see. Besides, Chase didn't have any spot dots on his nose. His eyes were yellow instead of brown. Marshall basically looked the same, except that his eyes were green instead of the blue. His necklace was creep. His necklace was black. Rocky basically looked the same, except his paws were gray, just like instead of white. Zuma almost looked the same, except he had dots on his nose. And Sky, but the others almost looked the same, but their voices didn't sound like their voices went just like in the original show, except their voices sound different. Chase sounded like an African American. Marshall sounded like Molly from Bubble Guppies. Rocky and Rubble sounded British. Zuma sounded like Word Girl. Sky sounded like Millie from Team Umizumi. And Everest sounded like Dot from Animaniacs. So I'm guessing they weren't the same age than the original show, except that. So I'm guessing, or the voice actors, they use adults instead of child actors who were really bad at them. Basically, the public started with the Paw Patrol, the pups, who are doing some public. So basically, Chase acted. What should we do today, guys? Marshall said, maybe we should do some sports. Rocky said, how about we do some watching some TV? Zuma said, how about we swim? But Everest said, how about football? And Rubble Bull wanted to run away, hide and seek. And Sky said, how about flying? But the pups were arguing until Chase stopped them, and he said this, how about we play in the playground and then get a snack? Then the pups agreed, and then a montage going around where the Paw Patrol pups plays around, and then the pups were pretty hungry, as Ryder said, it's snack time, guys, as the pups were going to the tower, as Ryder was standing doing nothing, really emotionless, as the pups were walking to them to Ryder and said, hey Ryder, we're hungry now, so can we get some dog treats? Ryder said, okay guys, I'll get some treats after they're doing something. Then Chase, then the really scary part is that the camera zoomed into Chase's face, and he said this in a loud, demonic voice. I was really scared because Chase was actually speaking like a demon, as Marshall jumped to Ryder and tears one of his nose off, as I was really shocked. Then Rocky bites his arm off and tries to tear it off. And then Everest did the same thing with with Rocky, as the way she grows sharp claws and tries to shave it off. Zuma Zuma bites one of his legs as then Rubble grows claws and he tears a parts of Ryder's chest, and as a lot of organs come out. I was really so shocked. Then Ryder then Sky grows sharp fangs and tries to and cuts Ryder's eyes off and starts to eat them. As Chase goes to Ryder's body and he tears his head off. Then there's a lot of blood coming out all around the place. As the pups were eating their Ryder's organs and yins. Then all the pups had blood all over them. But Chase looked at the camera and speak in a loud demonic voice again.
Gotta have you to think and think about next time. Here we next snack.
After I saw this, I grabbed the DVD and put it on a safe, and I locked it on my room so no one can see it. I was really traumatized. The Paw Patrol pups were basically one of my favorite Nickelodeon shows. Nickelodeon characters, besides SpongeBob. And they basically murdered their owner. So, basically, I now understand why Nickelodeon never aired this. Because this is a true nightmare. Basically, do never watch some old DVDs on the ground because they'll ruin your childhood.